All right, what's going on, guys? Here we are together again. Another day in paradise. So I saw this over on X. By the way, I have it pinned here in the chat. Go ahead and follow me on X if you guys aren't already. Appreciate that. And this is a TikTok video, and I saw this video from this lady, Mulatto lady, like a month ago or so, over a month ago. And I put some comments and interacted with it over on TikTok, but the FBA Pro Wax, they since found it and they shared it in their little space, public space, I might add, over on X. And right here, the channel or the page, it says Kevin Blue. It says black people are confused as to why she's addressing the black community for the racial traumatization that the white community inflicted on her as a child. Now he's trying to spin it. He's trying to spin it to say, well, it's white people who have initiated racial trauma on her, and she's blaming black people. When we know African Americans are complicit in everything, they try to pretend and hide like they're the victims. They're not. I'm here to tell you they're not. They're not victims. They're coddled. Okay. And of course, look at his profile, his bio. He says black militancy. Didn't I tell you guys in Brazil they have the same exact program and protocol with the Afrocentrics? They have black militants in Brazil. They're trying to force the one drop rule on the majority population, which is mixed and pardo. They're trying to force that on them. So you have this kind of connection. It's why you always see the Afrocentrics in America, they always virtue signal Haitians. They virtue signal Haitians, but at the same time, they'll talk crap about Haitians and say, you're a tether, you're non FBA, when that's an in house discussion. But in regards when they can use them as a tool, virtue signal for them, use them as a tool to attack the mulattoes and mestizos and all the mixed people, right? So we see their game, how they weaponize blackness in the one drop rule and how the Afrocentrics. So this guy here I'm saying is black militancy. Okay, we see that in Brazil and everywhere else, United States. He puts in turn gave rise to the black nationalists and black power movements, intertwined revolutionary ideologies that encourage FBA only advocate. So you kind of know where his stance is, where he stands, right? One of these hardcore Afrocentrics, pro blacks, right? And you guys have to understand, mulattoes, we are the main discussion in their group because in order for them to achieve victory, for them, they have to bastardize all the other races out there. And they want to use the black supremacists, they want to use mulattoes as a tool, as a bridge to get adjacency to not only whiteness, but the Hispanics and these other groups. So this is why mulattoes are always the topic of discussion. And we get their shit popping. I mean, we get their numbers popping. Whenever they talk about us, their views go up, their numbers go up. Okay, all the colorist content creators, Afrocentric, pro wax, FBAs, Pan African, like the irritated genie, he wasn't shit until he started, having mulattoes in his mouth. All of a sudden, they all started paying attention. Same thing with Tariq Rashid, right? When he started bringing on these Afrocentric scholars talking about, Kemet and Nuwapianism, he brought on Anthony Browder and all these other pro wax. They started throwing mulattoes under the bus. Don't trust them, the long condos, they're working with the white man to undermine the blacks, right? As soon as Tariq Nasheed started doing that, his Hidden Colors series started popping. People were, see, you notice that, right? Whenever these blacks in America, whenever they start talking about biracials, mulattoes, they get a lot of numbers. The algorithm works in their favor. My question to you is, why are you trying to fit in with them? You already know what time it is. Okay, I've been doing this for 3 years. I'm honestly probably 10 years late doing this type of content. You already know what time it is. You don't need a guy like me. I know I'll hurt your feelings. I'll make you cry. And I'll get you upset. That's good. I know. I'm going to hurt your feelings. You should already know what time it is. You don't need a guy like me to wake you up and point out the obvious. So she puts right here, why is biracial people's blackness always tested by the black community? Ma'am, you're not black. You're half white. You got a white parent. Wake up and smell the damn coffee. She's wearing a Brazilian jersey as well, by the way. Well, majority mixed country. I don't understand. Like she's positioning herself to cry to black people. Why are you testing my blackness? You're half white, man. You're the only one who hasn't accepted that. I've accepted that. The mulattoes over here on my social media platforms, whatever supporters, they have accepted that. But you still got these people out here, they still haven't figured it out yet. Even when they got a black baby daddy and they got black kids, they're still crying to black people. Why don't you accept me? You know, they haven't figured it out yet. This is 2025. You are biracial, ma'am. You are not a black lady. I hope that helps. I don't give a damn if your mama's black or your daddy's black. You got a non-black parent. Your ass is not black. Okay? You can try to act all hood all you want and test your hood. Everybody out here is going to remind your ass, you're not black. You got a non-black parent. You're not black. Have a nice day. But let's continue on with this discussion here. Check this out.
So being biracial with a white mom is trending right now, and I just want to jump on this wagon. Dear black people, do you not see how harmful this is? Like, do you not? Let me give you some examples. You don't know what it's like to grow up mixed.
And that's the key thing there. She answered her own question. You're talking to black. She said, dear black people. She's talking to black people. She's saying, you don't know what it's like being mixed. Well, yeah, no shit, because they're black. They're monoracial. I mean, they'll try to blurry the lines and muddy the waters to cause confusion. That's what they do. They're former slaves. They don't know who the hell they are. Their identity was stripped from them through colonization, and slavery. So they don't know who the hell they are. So they project it onto you. So that's why they'll play these games and say, well, my great 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 granddaddy was part Indian and they were listed as mulatto. I don't give a damn about your great granddaddy. I'm looking at you, your black ass, not the lady on the screen. I'm talking about the pro wax who try to blur the lines and say they got, 30% colonizer DNA. I don't give a shit about any of your DNA. Your ass is black. You're not a mulatto. Okay. I'll remind your ass that you're going to have a lot of other knuckleheads. They're just too inclusive and altruistic. They'll let you waltz on in and they'll be gay and they'll be mixed and you guys can hang out over there. But over here and all the other little social media platforms I'm running, I'm gonna let your ass know straight up. You're not one of us. You're not mulatto. There is a strict, heavy criteria. Sorry, hurt your feelings. Okay? Because I love it, the fact when blacks, rare when they do, but when they're, staunch and stern and assertive, saying you got to have two black parents to be black. They have every right to protect and preserve themselves. White people do that. Chicano Mexicans do that. Chinese people, every race does that. Nobody has an issue. But it's like, yeah, and black people need to start doing that. You know, and what I don't respect is black people who will do that one day, the next day they'll pretend like we're all mixed. I'm like, well, you change your mind now? Now you're mixed. Now you got some admixtures, 15% slave master DNA. So now, like, that's what I hate about it is they play these games because they're disingenuous Afrocentrics and they cause confusion like that. Well, going back to this lady here, she let it out. Basically, yeah, she's saying black people don't have the mixed experience. Yeah, because they're black, they're not mixed. And you're gonna have a lot of people when you talk about this stuff, they're gonna blurry the lines, muddy the waters, and try to say we're all the same. You're just a lighter skin tone. Even her facial symmetry, she doesn't have the negroid nose and lips and cheekbones and the hair texture. She doesn't look like a quintessential Negro or Bantu. She doesn't look like that. Literally, this lady has a white parent. But black people, there's a lot of them who are racist and pro-black. They'll try to trick her and to use her as a weapon to convince her, well, you're just black, like, you're just a lighter skinned black. And she'll suck it up and probably because, she's going to get, all the thirsty dark skins that are going to gas her up. Let's see how long that'll last. A lot of them, they age well. So it'll last for her into her 30s, into her 40s. But let's see where she's at in her mid to late 40s and creeping on 50s. She has no prospects. Let's see where she's at then. I don't know. I see some of them even on TikTok. It's kind of funny. It's like, damn, you're old. And like, yeah, you know, still pushing along. It's just, what the fuck? All these years, man, all these guys told you you're special, and that's cool. It's all good. But at the end of the day, yeah, but little old guy like me, just to remind you, ma'am, you're mixed. You're not black. Don't care what the dark skins told you, gas you up. You know, and I know you're mixed. And the dark skinned black women, they know your ass is mixed. So you're going to have to navigate around those dark skinned males for protection to validate your situation, to pretend that you're black when you're not. Looking at you, you're mixed, lady. Accept it. Yeah, blacks, they don't have the mixed experience because they're black. They're not mixed. Fucking wake up.
Because you don't realize that a lot of us deal with racism since day one all the time, and these are supposed to be with people that love us, aka our families. A lot of people on my mom's side of the family were Aryan Nation skinheads. I didn't know what the that was as a kid.
I can't relate to her talking about the on her white mom's side of the family they were Aryan Nation skinheads. I can't relate to her. And I don't know why the hell she's crying to blacks about this either. She needs to be crying to whites about this shit, to be honest with you. That's the, but she wants to fit in, she wants to fit in like, like all that exotical shit. See, because they're all bullied by black women, right? Because black males prefer them and shit. And that's all that is. Yeah. Right. You know, that's all it is. You just, legitimize me, justify my position here. I want to be the token and be accepted amongst the dark skinned people. Why the hell isn't she crying to white people with this shit? Aryan Nation. I can't relate to that. Like nobody in my family is a part of that like racist, white supremacist gang shit. Like none of them are affiliated. I can't relate to it. I can't relate. So I don't know. This lady's tripping. She's like, dear black people. My mama, some of her family members were a part of area. I mean, you're talking to the wrong crowd. You got to do dear white people. You aren't going to do that though, aren't you? Because you want to fit in with blacks. You want to fit because your position is higher there amongst them than anybody else. I mean, even in the biracial, the mulatto spaces, like if you're just a decent lady, that's it. Like shit, I'll promote you every day. If you're a decent woman, I'll promote you. And there's other men who will promote you as well. But that's not good enough, see, because you want the numbers, you want the dark skins drooling, and that's okay. Have fun. Just don't pull this pro mix shit once your ass is a baby mama. That's all I ask. But I'm just surprised why she doesn't like talk to white people. Dear white people, she's talking to black because she wants to fit in with them, okay? And the question I ask, stop trying to fit in with them. Wake up already. What's a statement more so, but wake up already. You're trying to fit in. You're going to plead with them. See, they're seething and foaming at the mouth, knowing that you don't have a place to belong. This is where they want you. They got you where they want you. They know you're in a pickle. You're too white for the blacks and you're too black for the whites. That whole dichotomy that the cry racial pronounces. They got you where they want you at. They can manipulate you and coerce you. See, once you're a self-affirming, proud mulatto, you can't be moved. You're stern. They can't do nothing to you. All they're going to do is what they do to everybody. You racist. You anti-black. Good. Suck my dick and go fuck off. They have nothing on you once you're a proud mulatto. See, but when they have you in this position, begging for their acceptance and all this, then they got you where they want you. It's all the mental game now. Let's continue on.
Kid, and I didn't understand why everybody looked at me different, or why there was certain people in my family that just would never say hello to me or my dad or my mom because they were disgusted. And I didn't understand that as a kid. I didn't get it. I thought I had something on my face the way they were looking at me. You know how hard it is to nonstop be told like, wow, you have your mom's face with just dark skin, with a look of disgust on their face while they say it, and not.
Yeah, you have your mom's face. Yeah, you don't have a Negro face. Therefore, you're not a light-skinned black. Okay, that's the con game they play on you. You're a mulatto. You're a mixed biracial lady. Okay, because you don't have the Negro nose, the lips, cheekbones. That's what I'm saying. The hair. You don't have any of their features. It's not the skin thing. They try to hoodwink you and trick you. Well, I got uncles and cousins, and that's what they tell me. You look like a light skinned black person. I got uncles and cousins, and you know, that look just like you. They're lighter than you. That's what all the blacks say. They don't say it just to me. They say it to everyone, all of you. Okay, it's the same shit. They try to hoodwink you and just say it's about your skin color. It's not. It's our features, our facial symmetry, bone structure. We don't even look the same as them. And if any black tells you they got a cousin or uncle that looks like you, well, yeah, their cousin uncle's mixed. Don't they're gonna hide it. Look, we know what they look like. It's not only just their skin tone. That's the main thing. Their nose, their lips, their cheek, their facial structure, their hair. We don't look the same as them. And this lady just acknowledged that. But how can we look the same? Genetically, we're not the same as them. We're not.
Know why they feel disgusted to say such things? It's confusing. You gain a complex and you just don't feel beautiful no matter how gorgeous you are. You change yourself. I straight
And she's very pretty, of course. She's definitely the preference. I prefer mulattas. She's definitely the preference. There's no doubt about that. You line her up next to the blonde, blue eyed, Aryan, the Hispanic, the black or Asian. I'm going to pick the mulatta every time. That's my preference. So there's no doubt about that. But she's talking about trauma in like, yeah, or whatever from when she was a kid, from how family members would tell her how she looked kind of funny. But then again, these are her white family members that are saying that. And I'm saying, why the hell is she trying to target her message to black people? She needs to address this to white people. That's my whole thing here. Because it's funny, like even with me, when I do these topics or streams or videos, whatever, and I talk about the wingnut incels talking shit about biracial children, mulatto children with white moms and stuff, those videos don't get that many views. I don't get that much engagement. There's not a lot of comments. It's not like the whites, they're watching, but they're just taking notes. They're not like so cocky and boastful like blacks where they jump in the comment section. Oh man, you a mark. Oh, you just la, la, la. Like that's the kind of boastful nature of dark skinned Bantus. They want you to know that they're seen, right? But with whites, the white boys, they're just hiding behind the scenes, watching all of my shit, taking notes. They're not even commenting. And I don't get that much engagement when I do those streams and all that shit about the wingnats and all that. Interesting, but I do this stuff and I get a lot of views. It's kind of ridiculous. I don't know. Let's continue on.
straighten my hair every single day in high school so that people wouldn't run their fingers through my hair or try to pull my afro when I walked in the hallway. Like, there are so many things that we did to adjust to suburbia. Or how about going to school with my siblings who are white?
You should be happy you went to school in suburbia. She's gonna look back on it. She's like probably a Z, early 20s. In the next several years, she's gonna look back on it, reflect on, and realize she was lucky and privileged. You didn't grow up in some shithole hood, some inner city shithole with teenage pregnancy and drugs and gangs and thugs and criminals. Like, you're gonna be thankful you grew up around decent, civilized people in a respectable environment. She just wants that street cred right now because it's hip and cool. Like it's like that the street cred, like with the hip hop. You grew up in this part of town with these folks, like a Kanye West, right? Kanye West is the most mentally ill rapper on the damn roster I've ever seen in my life. I mean, he's weirder than friggin' Little Nas X. I know I saw even Little Nas X is gay. He was twerking on a devil in one of his music videos. I just saw recently Little Nas X was on drugs or something. He was like butt naked in the street. I think TMZ reported it. The police stopped him and arrested him. He was on drugs. I don't know what the hell. Even with that, with Lil Nas X, little weirdo fruitcake, Kanye West is still undeniably the most despicable, confused mark, mentally ill psycho I've ever seen in hip hop. But yet all the Bantus, oh, he's a genius. He's a musical. They all love him. Not all of them, but I mean, like a lot of people like him. Why? I've never liked that Buster. I remember when I was a teenager, he first came out with College Dropout. And my brother was had his album, was praising it. That song Jesus Walks. I never digged Kanye, never digged Lil Wayne. A lot of these fake ass rappers. What I'm saying was Kanye West is the guy is weird as hell. But the Bantus, it's because he grew up in what, Southside Chicago, or he grew up in some like rough neighborhood with a single black mama. You notice that? So he's got the hood credentials on lock. No one's gonna test his gangsta. They're not gonna take his black card, even with all the weirdo shit. He did a song like "Hail the H Man." I don't want to say it and get my stuff flagged, unnecessarily. But like, he did a song like praising some guy from Germany during World War II. And it's like just weirdo stuff. But like he's like, oh, they'll never take his black card because he's a dark skinned Bantu. Something the weak pussy cry racials fail to understand. They need me to kind of digitally knock it in their heads and hurt their little weak feelings. So they wake up and smell the coffee. You don't have to like me. Just go do your little content, create your own little brand, post your material out there, and see what happens. Because you could be the nicest butterfly talking this biracial shit. They're still not going to like your ad. The fact that you identify that you are mixed and biracial, they look at that as treason. They're going to hate you for it. But they don't give a damn. Like, they'll look at an idiot like Kanye West and they'll forgive him forever. They can never take his black card, his black credentials. That's something that the cry racial doesn't get. Your blackness is always up for discussion. They'll make content out of you. They'll make videos out of you. They'll critique you. They'll criticize, critique your identity. You will always be up for discussion to maneuver you, kick you in and out of blackness. You guys haven't figured it out yet. Okay. But with a guy like Kanye West, as despicable and mentally ill he is, oh, he's solidified in pro-whackness. He's a dark-skinned Bantu, just like Wesley Snipes. They'll never be able to take his black card. Interesting. So I thought we're all the same. I thought the white man just gonna look at you like us. I thought we all the same. You mulattoes who are over here, you understand what's going on. You just have most are just lost. It's okay. It's okay. With my little channel, I'm doing what I can do. And some of you guys wake up. Let me continue on. Because I could be here for hours just talking this shit.
And I'm not. And everyone asking me if I was adopted from Africa as a joke because I'm the only black one. You know how much that sucked?
Yeah, you don't even look black. You're brown skin, European bone structure and features, because race is biological. If they dig up your bones, they're gonna tell you're not Negro, and you got a Brazil shirt on as well. So, like, yeah, you're only dark skin around the pale skin people. See, everybody else they know. Yeah, you go to Africa, go to Zimbabwe or Senegal. Yeah, let's see how black you really are there. Okay.
Like nonstop being denied, my own mother being my mother because of my skin color. Like, it was crazy. It's crazy. And then I get to college and people that look like me all of a sudden are denying my blackness, telling.
Now, it's not people that look like her. Let's be clear. It's darker skinned people who are monoracial. And I've experienced that as well. Her whole process is very similar with most of us. We have identified this as the standard mulatto. You have a white mom, you grew up in white suburbia. By the time you go to college, you become more Afrocentric. You get more entwined in those circles. You want to connect more with your African heritage. Okay. Her positioning and trajectory is very common with us. This is nothing new. But yeah, what she's talking about, how people who look like her denied her black. No. Because people who look like you, they're not going to pull that. The people who got big ass flaring nostrils, big lips, and dark skin and wearing wigs, those are the ones who are going to tell you, oh, you're not this, you're not even black. You're not like us, right? But the dark skinned Bantu male, okay, he's going to say you're black. So it's going to cause kind of a schism with her. Because the males are going to say you're black because you're easy for them. You want to be part of the hood, you want to be black, so you're easy for them. Okay, everyone knows it. But it's the females who are jealous of you, so they're going to kick you out, right? Because they're wearing wigs and they're bleaching their skin. They got large noses, flaring nostrils, so they don't look the same as you. So those are the people she's talking about who question her blackness. It's not the ones who are mixed race like you. Want to bet? Bet. But remember, she's black identified, trying to get black acceptance. So she's going to trick people and make them think that, oh, they look like me. We're all the same. Nah. I want to see who these people are who you say look like you. Guarantee you, they're one of these wannabe mulattoes. You know, I don't know, whatever the hell they are. They're light skin or whatever they are. They're not mulatto. They don't have a white parent or two mulatto parents. They're not one of us. Okay, they're pretending. That's fine. They can go to the gay channels and pretend, but over here, they're not one of us. Okay.
I mean, I have to say I'm biracial, and I can't say that I'm black. And that's the first time your blackness was ever denied because your whole life, that's all you've been seen as. Like, you know how confusing that shit is?
Yeah, and she's crying to black people when she needs to complain to white people. Why not? Why not? Aren't you going to be asking them for a job sooner or later or whatever? At least get into some type of business with them or something. Puts her here, Madam, please take your complaints to the Department of White Supremacy and take these I'm not African self haters with you. No one effing cares. She puts right here, STFU. While you use your mixed privilege to step over full-blooded niggas daily, you're racist to against full-blooded. You know what? I put a comment on Twitter. It was on this. Is actually on this on my page, Twitter page, where I might go back to it. I could probably go to it right now. I don't know. I don't want to get distracted. Look, what I'm saying is that they flip and pick and choose when to play this we're all mixed shit because they know damn well what a full black person is. You notice that all of a sudden he says full-blooded niggas. So they know that there's full-blooded black people. Isn't that what they tell all of you mulattoes to take you off your square, to sidetrack you? They always tell you guys, well, shit, most African Americans are mixed anyways. The average African American got 15-20% European DNA. But isn't that what they tell you guys? But now all of a sudden, when it's time, see, this is the psychological warfare they play against you. Now, when they want to kind of attack you, they're going to let your ass know, well, there's full-blooded blacks. You're one of them mixed hybrid ones. So you need to shut up and go talk to whites, right? Because they pick and choose. They act stupid. That's why I get a kick out of it with that whole, the average black is 15 or 20%, or all light skins are mixed. I don't give a fuck what any of you people are. If you don't have a white parent or two mulatto parents, your ass is not mulatto. Have a good day. I appreciate the subscribers, the viewers, the listeners. I won't lose sleep over it. There's enough mulattoes around the planet. I'm good. But I'm going to let your ass know that I see you. I see the game you play. You're serving the Bantus. You want to play this whole game that, oh, today we're all mixed. But then tomorrow, oh, well, you got two black parents. Yeah, they lighter skin, but they're both black. Like, this is the shit they play with you people. And they're doing it to hoodwink mulattoes. I'm not playing with you people. Fuck you. I'll be the bad guy. I'm honored. I'm not playing with you people. So a lot of comments. This whole thread, there's a lot. There's like what, 330,000 views. Didn't I tell you? When other people are commenting on mulattoes, they get a shit ton of views. You got a little old guy like me. I do a little stream. I barely crack 1,000 views. My average like is like 50 likes on a video. Hit the like button. I know I got a lot of hate watchers, but anyways, you watching as well, you haters, still does me a favor. But I'm doing a comparison, like the numbers. It's like, what the hell? I barely get any engagement. But these people share a video of a biracial that I already talked about or on TikTok like a couple months ago. And they put a little stupid pro whack comment. How many subscribers this guy have? He's got 10K followers. Okay, so he's got 10K. But look at how many views he's got. 330, 100,000. It's just they get all these views talking about biracials, man. Yeah, but biracial, talking about biracials, like they're shadow banning all of our shit, you know? And some people, they get discouraged by that, so they go run and they open up the floodgates for every. That's kind of what the whole Exoticals United thing was. They open up the floodgates for all the blacks and all the lesbians and all that, the femcells and all that. So and that's where they kind of they lose, sight of the mission. It says in the African American community, there is no biracial. We have the one drop rule. If you are black, you are black. It's mostly biracial foreigners who started the biracial thing. Jeez, let's see what where this goes. This guy puts right here, no bitch, we woke up. Mix one drop rule are not black people. We don't acknowledge that crap anymore. See, they're letting you know they don't accept you mixed. You mix like this mixed lady here because all the dark skinned Bantus telling her how special she is. And yeah, and the mixed guys will tell you too, they like you. But maybe, I mean, hey, have fun. My whole thing is, like I say, when you're a baby mama by them, I'm just not interested. Just for fun, that's cool, but that's it. I don't take you seriously. You don't have pride in yourself. And, this guy right here is letting you know, hey, you're not a part of their tribe. That's it. It says your time is up and you trolls will be exposed. I don't know what this Lauren Hill and Fuji's thing right here. There is no such thing as a one drop rule. That is white supremacist idealism, doctrine, and talking point used to keep the white race pure. The woman in that video is not black. She's racially mixed or biracial, period. And there is nothing wrong with claiming biracial. Exactly. You see, but they're confused in their own community because they can't decide on anything. You have some of them who support the one drop rule. You have some of them who are denouncing it against it. They're the confused ones, but they push that on us. The guy puts here, you are not part of African American community, so you wouldn't understand. Mind the business of your community and stay out of ours. Like he's the authority. He's the authority of the blacks in America. Yeah, some guy on Twitter. Yeah, this is the stupidest ish I've ever heard. No black American goes by the one drop rule. That's because you've never been around African Americans, whatever. The one drop rule was never grounded in science. It was a legal fiction designed to uphold racial hierarchies. Exactly. If we applied it consistently across ancestries, then the significant European lineage found in most African Americans are classified as white. Not exactly. This is where they get effed up in the game. One drop rule is cultural identifier in the African American community. You're not a part of our community, so you wouldn't understand. So this guy is trying to police this pro-black shit. It's just too much confusion. Looking at all these comments, I'm going to go through a couple more. We called them mixed, not biracial, and yes, we also called them black. It's immigrants saying they aren't black now because it's a way to divert from them. No, it's you African Americans who say the same shit. You don't like the mulatto men, right? Like Drake, you're saying he got a white mama from Canada. He an immigrant, but his daddy's a black American. You see how stupid these savages are, how they play this game? And these are African Americans. But then when they have these in-house discussions, they're public, but they're amongst themselves and they think nobody else is watching and studying them. They want to sit there and act like it's just the immigrants. No, it's you people. It's the immigrants and it's you. Just like you all team up and side with the Haitians against the Dominicans. It's all of you, okay? We see you. He put, so if we black people don't know what it's like to be mixed because we're not, how can you say we're the same thing and both black? If a black person cannot relate to being mixed, how can a mixed person be black if black isn't mixed? Yeah. That one drop ish went out the window with Jim Crow. Boo. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there is no one drop rule anymore. It's just their community enforces it. Is there going to be white people that discriminate against you? Of course. I've been discriminated against by whites in Las Vegas, Nevada, in San Diego, California, in Oregon, state of Oregon, and Utah. Like throughout the United States, throughout this country, I've been discriminated against by whites, but they're the majority. So yeah, but I've also been discriminated against by other groups as well. So what, am I just supposed to focus on one particular demographic or what? Says BS. The one drop rule was made up by the crackers. That's what he put, or she. Y'all need to let that ish go. Mix is mixed. Black means two black parents. I agree. And didn't I tell you guys earlier in the stream that this is what they were gonna say? And I appreciate, that's why I liked this lady, uppity negress is a lady. I like her comment because it's like, look, they have every right to police blackness and enforce it. That if you're black, that means you have two black parents. I'm down with that. I'm all down with that. Where shit gets kind of tricky is you have some of these MGMs who barely found out it was cool to be mixed like 2 years ago since they found the golden sphere. So now they want to call themselves mixed and shit now, but their whole fucking 30 years of their life, they've been just saying they're black. They're just a lighter skinned black, right? So that's kind of where the tricky part comes in, is they see the biracials talking shit, and now they kind of want to join and click up with the biracials because we got the shit popping. Let's be real. And then because you got those people where it's like, well, both of my parents are black. No, you got mixed parents, or you got a black mama or something, or a black dad, and your whatever, vice versa. Your other parents mixed. It's like, I don't know, but you identify as black, so I don't even give a shit. I'm not even, you're not even my audience. I don't care. But I like the fact that we have black people like this that are saying, look, mix is mixed. Okay, there's a difference. If you're black, yeah, two black parents. We need more of that because this one drop rule bullshit, it's been going on for too long, and I'm over it. I'm sick of it, and I'm tired of these discussions because it's very circular. Like I can spend an hour and hours talking about this. I'm not. I'm already 40 minutes deep into this. I'm gonna read a few more comments. I already dropped the source where you guys can find this on your own in your own leisure time. You can examine the comments and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna spend all night Friday night. I mean, I'm kind of cooped up where I'm at. I already went out earlier and had some dinner, so I'm in for the night. It's tomorrow. I'm gonna be banging it out, doing what I do. But yeah, I don't want to spend 3 hours tonight talking with these fools, man. You know, some confused biracial who's trying to get along with blacks and fit in with their group because she wants all the free attention from dark skins, and like, stop trying to fit in with them. Wake up. Look, if you want to fit in, go have fun. I see some of the ladies, it works out good because you know, the thing is, I don't see that with these dudes. These blacks, they don't post videos about biracial guys. See, they're not going to post videos about me talking my shit. I've been doing this for 3 years. I got, you know, my ugly face all up on the camera. They're not going to be trying to make me go viral. Fuck no. Because they're going to signal to all the other mulattoes, you got a dude out here with some balls who's talking real shit, who travels the world, connects with mulattoes around the planet. They're not going to give me that type of free promotion. Oh no. They know who to share. They're going to share the biracial lady who just wants to sympathize and fit in with blacks, and she's harmless and she's trying to be cool with them. Like, yeah, they're going to share her shit. They're not afraid to give her views and publicity. Well, a guy like me, oh no, they don't want to promote me. They know because I'll double my subscriber count overnight. That's all it's going to take. One of these Tariq Nasheed or one of these pro wax with their larger platform, they share my shit because it's all the confused mulattoes who are still in the pro wax shit. Once they find a guy like me that we have our own mulatto space, it's a wrap. They're going to drop that pro wax shit like a bad habit. They're going to jump over here and realize, oh shit, their mulattoes actually got their own stuff going on. This is where I belong. It's already been happening the past year or so. It's just once I get that extra boost, you're going to see. Guy puts here, this type of thinking is a reason the chick had to make this video in the first place. The one drop rule was invented by white supremacy. It doesn't exist anymore. This woman, I consider her black because she looks black. She looks mixed. She doesn't present as black. I have family that look like her. Remember that? I have family that look like her. Yeah, you got a mixed family. What is this guy? Tatum Marie. Yeah, probably lesbian. Yeah, so that's they want to. There's always a sexual interest when they want to claim mixed people as black because they want sexual access to that mixed person, or they want to claim their victories or wins, accomplishments. That's it. The black is never claiming you just because, right? Out of the goodness of their heart. They always want something. It's conditional. They want something from you. But then you ask them, well, what the hell do I get from you? Nothing. You can't even get protection. They're killing themselves, attacking their own, selling their own out. Like you're not even going to get protection from them. So like, what do you get in exchange? They're not going to hire you. You know, they talk about how Hispanics are like, you know, easily subdued by white supremacy, but the Anglos, they actually offer jobs to Hispanics and mestizos. They're employing them. So it's like, well, yeah, I mean, and same thing with these other groups like East Indians, like they're working for Anglo companies. What the hell do you like? They can incentivize these groups to be sympathetic towards the white plight. They can financially incentivize them. Blacks, they have nothing to offer you. They have no business infrastructure. They can't monetarily incentivize you. Like I said, they can't even protect you. You're in more danger in their circles with all the gang violence, machismo. They all want to act tough and hood, dark skinned Bantu shit. Like you know, what do you get from it? And I always say this to the men specifically, because I get it with ladies. They're going to be worshipped by dark skinned Bantus and all that stuff. They'll have their egos will be inflated, and I get that. But with the guys, like, what the hell do you get? Like, you're going to try to act hood and shit. You're going to try to blacken it up. I've come across some of these biracials. I always get a kick out of it and laugh at them. You got a white mama or you got a white daddy, and you think your bitch ass is more hood than me because you grew up in some shithole hood. Like, and I always get a kick out of it. you know, you know, you're fucking mixed, bro. You got a white parent. Shut your bitch ass up. And you want to act like you're blacker than anybody else because of some circumstances, or you can do a little hip hop rap, a couple bars and shit. I had one dude because he's doing some little rap shit. He thought, it's like, bro, you're fucking mixed, homie. Like, I don't, they try to pull rank. And when the biracial comes over here and tries to act like they're biggity blacker and whatever their circumstance, keep trying, ho. Okay, keep trying. Okay. I always get a kick out of you guys. It's the guys I'm talking about. I always get a kick out of them. They think their monkey ass is slick. Nobody gives a shit about what little shithole you grew up in, bitch. Go back over there. If it's working out so good for you, go back over there. But they come over to the mulatto spot. Oh, you got a white mama. You from the suburbs. Yeah, good. Yeah, I'm going to keep it that way. Trying to stay the fuck away from you savages. You ruin everything. Okay, let me see. There is no one drop rule. We don't adhere to that. Biracial is mixed. Definitely exists. Exactly. Very simple concept. Someone puts here as a black man, F the one drop ish. It's self hatred on its own. Clearly, your mom white, daddy black, but your completely black is a flawed. You're biracial. Now you can be culturally one or the other by proximity who you resonate with, but you still biracial, right? So the black dude's pulling rank on her, which is interesting. Usually, what you'll see is the blacks will tell her, "Oh, you got a black daddy, so you black," like a Dr. Umar, right? He'll look at her, be like, "You got a black daddy, so you black." It's black females who will be like, "No, you got a white mom. You're not black. You're different experience," right? So that's usually what we see because the blacks, the males, they'll claim her as black so they can basically trick her out. What they call, what's the term they use in the hood? They say dog her out or something like that, basically. Yeah. That's it. That just basically to put their mark on her, okay, to punk her, to brand her essentially, okay, it's Pookie's leftovers. So it signals to other men, okay, this is a lady that you should not invest in. You should not invest in her. Take her seriously. She has a kid from this group of men. Don't even waste your time. Well, as African American myself, I'm not sticking to the white supremacist rule. Yeah. So you see in this comment section, I think that's about it. Like I said, I shared a couple of comments. So, and it's already in the description box. You guys can see. So you guys have to shout out to El Mulatto, and I see you up in the house. Let me give you your wrench. You got to give you that wrench. El Mulatto in the house. Yeah, I'm not gonna be here up all night reading all these comments, bro. Fuck that. I'm gonna wake up early and go jump on a bicycle and ride around the area I'm at. You put they are very jealous of mixed people. In real life, they hate us. They hate, excuse me, hate on us and exclude us, even the women, especially if we don't align ourselves with that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, if you're a decent biracial lady, modest, feminine, decent, yeah, they're gonna show signs that they don't like you, that they don't trust you, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, because biracial people have to act all extra just to fit in. But like I said, a Kanye West, a dark skinned Bantu, he doesn't have to do anything. He just shows up and be a piece of shit, and his black card is never up for question. You know, that's something the biracial's got to wake up and realize. Like, if your identity is being questioned, like the lady in the video, where it's like, she's old enough now, she's an adult. Maybe you should wake up and smell the coffee. Like, these are not your people. You need to find your tribe. And like, shout out to Mulatto Lens, or the Mixed Lens. She's saying Mulatto tribe, and I love that. She created her own hashtag, her branding to galvanize mulattoes. I love that concept. I promote that, the mulatto tribe. And I've been saying that as well from day one. Like, just create your own tribe. There's enough of us out here. It's on you to signal to people. Yeah. Shout out to Sal's HQ. Shout out to Val. Appreciate you. Yeah, we don't look, our nose don't look nothing like them. They'll try to say that with me. Well, your lips, your nose, your looks just like them. Okay, show me. They can never show pictures, and they always talk about their light skinned uncle or their black, fully black cousin, and I look just like them, but they never show images or pictures. If they do, come to find out, this dude's mixed. He ain't fucking black like that. They're lying sacks of shit. They do that to hoodwink you, to pull you back in to their group, right? It's about power with them. They're powerless people. They're former slaves conquered by Anglos, so they're thirsty for power, and they want to use mulattoes in the West, specifically in North America, to obtain power because they have a numerical advantage over us in the West, not in in North America, not in Brazil and some of these other places. In the Caribbean, yeah, there's more of them, but in North America, for sure, there's more of them. Yeah, and that's because of the Anglo tradition. And the Caribbean's been conquered a lot by the Anglos as well. They had French and Spanish and other influences, but like their public edicts, they try. In Brazil, they never had an anti-miscegenation law. There's always been mixing. That's why they're a very mixed population. Even in Suriname, and you know, that's a country in South America. South America, yeah, in the northern coast. So in the countries like that, Brazil, where they never had these anti-miscegenation laws, the Anglos implemented, where it's like, you know, yeah, this is what it is. Let's continue on. I don't want to get carried away. Put cap. You put lame virtue signaling. Shout out to you, Bunny. You put, that's why I said they brainwash light skinned people into thinking all white people are racist, so they lash out against all groups to prove their blackness. Yeah, it's dumb. Wasting time. If you're a light skinned man, just get your money. If light skinned people ain't messing with you, find other groups to mess with. I don't know, man. To me, if you're a dude and you're light skinned and you still want to be on that pro black shit, whatever, like, have fun. I'm not trying to kick it with you, man. You already know the Bantus, they're already on hive mind, they're already clicked up. And that's when I travel internationally. I travel around the world, and I go to these countries and I see dark skins, they're clicked up with dark skins. I'm talking about the Americans, the African American, dark skinned Bantu. When they go abroad to other countries, they're not kicking with the light skinned cats. They're bringing their dark skinned buddies. They're clicked up. They're clicked up, man. That's something you light skins haven't figured out yet. American mulattoes should learn Spanish, Portuguese instead of trying to fit. That's what I'm trying to say. And I'm doing that as we speak right now. I'm learning Spanish and Portuguese. You know, Spanish first, primero, but Portuguese, próxima. And that's the thing. I'm advocating that. I don't share that much on my channels or social media about my language learning journey, but you guys see my travels, and I'll have more content about that. And it's like, instead of trying to fit in with Anglos and Bantus, they already have an established arrangement. As an American mulatto, learn Spanish, learn Portuguese, connect with these people, these other people in these other countries, build a network. You put here, I grew up around a lot of Caribbean Latino and speak fluent Spanish, so it's very easy to assimilate. Yeah, there's no issues. Yeah, Dominican Republic, in Panama, in Colombia, in Brazil. And I haven't been to Cuba yet, but I do have my sights on Cuba, and there's a lot of mulattoes. And so, yeah, a lot of mulattoes with white moms look like their moms, but with more tan skin. Yeah, exactly. That's true. That lady I shared with you guys in the video, she looked very European centric, her facial features. Even she said her family told her that when she was a kid, but with dark skin. She didn't like that. She didn't like the fact they said she's basically a tanned white woman. What's wrong with that? I don't get it. You want to be a light skinned black? That's what they trick your ass and tell you're light skinned black. Her white family was telling her she's basically a dark skinned white. She thought it was a bad thing. She thought it was offensive. She's a softie. I don't know. Bantus love cry racial tears. They see it as a way for them to play savior at a price, of course. You hit the nail on the head. See, that's why you belong over here. You already know what's up. You already know what's up. They love cry racial tears. They love the weak, pathetic, cry racial pleading with black people. Be nice to me. My white mama and white family is racist. Why are black people making it difficult for me? The whites don't accept me. Accept me, black people. And those black people are like, no, you're biracial. You gotta have two. I love that because it's gonna help wake them up. The whole thing is once you're a mulatto and you're awakened, you identify as mulatto, and you make some content that's biracial content, you bet your bottom dollar those same blacks are gonna switch into their other sock puppet account. They're going to jump on your damn video and tell you that all African Americans are mixed. We all got admixtures. They're going to blurry the lines, muddy the waters, right? Because that's their whole weapon. That's their strategy. They have no other influence in society. I told you, they can't incentivize you by hiring you or supporting your business or whatever. What they're going to do is push you out of blackness and pull you into blackness. Whenever you get so distant, far away, they're going to pull you back in to try to humble you. That's their only strategy they have right now. That's why they're so weak. It's laughable. Making this content's too easy. But they make content on us. They get a ton of views and shit. I'm looking at it like, damn, why don't you guys start talking about me more? I need another promo boost because something I'm doing is, and I don't put that much effort into this. I'll be honest. I don't really promote my shit like that. I should, but I just like seeing you guys here. I see Bunny Strange. I see El Mulaton. I see Mulatto Mindset. I see Nick Chat. I see Iberian Mulatto. I saw the mulattoes in the house. So it's just, yeah, I see the people that I want over here. The mulattoes who are mulatto identified. And this is what I've envisioned for myself. We have our own tribe. We have our own community. It's on us to build upon it. That's it. I'm just one voice amongst many. Would you rather live in an inner city hood? No, I wouldn't. But I think some of them pretend because they want that street cred, the hood credentials. She missed out on the hood experience. She missed out on being a baby mama at fucking 16, I guess. I don't know. It's pathetic. If she hasn't been around Bantus long enough to realize her upbringing was a blessing. Exactly. Because there was a couple idiots that ran into my channel like a year ago, tried to act like that I'm like from Malibu or some shit from Beverly Hills. I'm from California, but Anaheim is not Beverly Hills or Malibu, but they try to act like it was like, because they grew up in the South in some shitty shithole town, whatever, and poor broke area. And so they try to act like, because I'm from California, that I'm like super privileged, which is not the case. But I reflect on it now. I think back like, damn, I was actually kind of privileged and beneficial in a lot of ways. I lived in a civilized neighborhood, a good neighborhood. I'm thankful for that because some of these other people, I look at where they grew up at. They grew up in some shithole hood in Las Vegas or something. I know why they're hating. I know why they're mad. They see a guy like me. I know why they're mad. They're mad at the world. They're mad at the white man. I know why they're mad. And they see a guy like me talking shit. Yeah, I didn't have those circumstances. Thank God. Fuck. If only she knows her privilege, she had it more than a lot of us. The ghetto experience will leave her, he's put scarred or dead at best. Yeah. You talk about, I think Kanye West, you said he's from like the suburbs, right? But he's dark skinned. So he gets the black privilege, the dark skin privilege, right? in the black community. That's why he can talk, have all these Nazi talking points and racist talking points, anti-Semitic talking, and it's okay. It's okay. He can, sell a friggin' t-shirt, or he has his Yeezy brand. He can sell shoes, sell an album. They'll still support him. They'll still rock with him. They'll still think his brand is legit. And of course, he doesn't have a black baby mama. He has some porn star, what's her name, Kim Kardashian. That's acceptable in their shithole community. Right? They're never going to question his blackness. It's only these knucklehead cry racials who are trying to be down with Bantus. You see, like with Drake, he's got his wake up call, but you see with him, where he's trying to be down with Bantus, look what they do with him. You got a white mom from Canada. You see, if that isn't waking you guys up, I don't know what the fuck to tell you, man. I mean, I can do all these streams all the time. It doesn't matter. Like, if you haven't woken up and smelled the coffee with the whole Drake situation, God help you, because you are too fucking slow to even be saved at this point. He lived in China for a while too. I don't know who that is. Kanye. Kanye's working for the black supremacists. No, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know who the hell he's working for. The black supremacists don't have really any power like that. The black supremacists work for the white supremacists. It's all controlled opposition. It's the Jesuits who control both wings of the eagle, of the vulture. So yeah, Kanye, his money masters, these are all high knights, Knights of Malta, Jesuits. These are all Angelos, Gentiles who've been knighted. They've been sworn in into these secret orders. This is who controls this guy. Yeah, all the black supremacists, they all serve the white supremacists. They're all working together to neutralize the mulatto class. I had to check a mestiza Mexican chick yesterday. Her brother got checked too. They said mulatto is an offensive word. I said, I know a mestizo. I know a mestizo ain't talking. Yeah. Yeah, well, a lot of the mestizos, they suck off blacks. They love hip hop, especially, I don't know if you're in California, the West Coast. But yeah, they try to act black. They suck off whites and blacks. So you shouldn't take what they say seriously, to be honest with you. In the context of all humanity, she's not dark skinned at all. Yeah. Propaganda, you put. Don't they recognize mulatto in South Africa as a separate group? Color is a term, I think. Yeah, colored is not the same as black in South Africa. It's not the same in the United States either. And that's why they got mad at Tyler. They tried to humble Tyler. They got real mad at her because she's like, you don't identify as black. They're doing the same thing with Cardi B. I'm going to talk about that over on my Patreon, though. Just a little bit. Just kind of a free flow chat. But yeah, with Cardi B, the same shit they're pulling with Cardi B, they pulled that with Tyler. They're mad at Cardi B because Cardi B called herself Afro-Caribbean. It's like, why are you people mad now? She doesn't identify as black. They've been saying Cardi B is not black for the past like 10 years. They've been saying, you're not black. And now she's finally has the courage to not try to be like you people. Now they're offended. It's because they want to tell you you're not black. That's why that biracial female I had on the screen, like, and what Bunny Strange was saying, they love cry racial tears. They love when they see a biracial who's trying to prove their blackness, because blacks feel like they have some power. They can kick this biracial out of their tribe and say, well, you're not like us. You don't have two black parents, right? But if that's, I'm telling you right now, do I have that soundbite? I'm telling you right now. Damn, I should have that on cue. No, I think I got rid of it. Okay. That drunk lady on the airplane. I'm telling you right now, right? The thing is like, once that biracial lady, once she starts making videos talking about how she's biracial, those same blacks who told her you have to have two black parents to be black, those same blacks are going to jump in there and basically tell her, well, there's no such thing as biracial. You're just like the rest of us. That's what they do. That's what they do, right? Because they want power over you. And my question to biracials, mulattoes, are you comfortable with that? Because some of these, you had a couple stupid ass biracial baby mamas who publicly were like, we are a subgroup to black. They legitimately said that. And they've been kicked out. of the biracial, the mulatto spaces. Let's be clear, they don't even have the audience. They got a bunch of just weirdo, old senior citizen Latinos and weird random people. Like the mulattoes and biracials don't even respect them. They got a couple losers, they're hanger-ons, but for the most part, they don't have a biracial audience because they publicly were like, we're just a sub biracials are a subgroup of black, and these are biracial baby mamas. We're like, what the hell are these losers doing here? Subgroup? Really? That's the language you want to use? Okay. Yeah, there's a reason why biracials don't support them. You put here, did you cover Rick Ross dissing Drake? No, not yet. I saw that on my feed today. I think yesterday as well. Yeah, Drake, because Drake just dropped his new Iceman episode 3, and Rick Ross was calling it a white man. Trying to take a dig at him because he's biracial, mulatto, half white, right? Yeah, and he's a dark skinned Bantu. What do you expect? Chicken wings and both hands, or what do you expect? To me, my whole thing is it's so blatantly obvious what time we're in right now with Drake and Kendrick and Rick Ross. It's just you still have these cry racials who still want to be down with the hood. My thing now is I'm more invested in kind of basically mocking them than the dark skinned Bantu. We already know Rick Ross. He stole another black man's identity, a drug dealer from like the 80s, Rick Ross. He stole his whole, like, it's a whole marketing gimmick of hip hop, right? He's overweight, fat, he's a correctional officer. Like, it's just, what's there to comment on? He's a typical fucking dark skinned Bantu. Like, we already know what the game is. They like light skinned women, they don't like light skinned men. It's unfortunate too many light skinned men are punks and bitches who identify with Bantus, and I have no respect for them. If I could, I would block them all from my fucking social media. But they all jump in here like fucking cockroaches trying to pull me back into the Bantu headquarters. That's why, like, I'm biracial, I'm mulatto, I'm not a light skinned black. I don't identify with you guys. You guys suck off and serve Bantus like Rick Ross. We're not the same. I'm a biracial dude. I'm in the same category as like a Drake, okay, or Patrick Mahomes, or you take your pick. I'm not this light skinned black. I don't serve Bantus like Rick Ross. Okay. Shout out to you, El Mulaton. Yeah, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, they treat better. Yeah, the Anglos and Bantus, they work together to subjugate mulattoes. That's something you're gonna realize. Travel a little more. I don't have two black parents. I have two mulatto. Yeah, then you're mulatto. You got two mixed parents. You're mulatto. You're one of us. The one drop rule is a belief that African DNA is so vile that even one drop contaminates a person. Yeah, why would a black person enforce it? They enforce it if they hate themselves, right? The only logical explanation is that they hate themselves. They think very low of themselves. Where they're talking about octoroon. Who the hell calls themselves? And even quadroon's kind of pushing it in today's era. Maybe 200 years ago, that was a thing. Okay. That's why I get a kick out of this whole griff shit. You're a griff, you're just black. I don't know, like, you're trying to fit in with mixed people, and they clearly are not even trying to, none of the big heavy hitters are. They're not the mulattoes aren't claiming you, unless there's some, like, behind the scenes kind of what they call like um whatever, an account that's not cammed up, then they might claim you. But those of us who are on camera, we're like, nah, bro, you're griff, you're not mulatto, you're not one of us, bro. I'm sorry, but yeah, Puerto Rican is mulatto, but they don't want to classify themselves. A person can have a single curl in their hair, and they'll say, yeah, he looked black. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, he's talking about right here. Iberian Mulatto is talking about the man that stole another man's name. Yeah, Rick Ross, Officer Ricky. Yeah, yeah, he stole another. Yeah, he stole another man's name. Yeah. These people need to start asking, what are they getting out of it? It makes no sense to identify with Bantus without benefits. You got to make sure you get some benefits, bro. I say make sure they pay you. They have to pay their way in. It makes no sense. You get nothing. They want you to be an unpaid mercenary, an unpaid bodyguard, an unpaid subordinate. They want you to do all the heavy lifting, all the advocacy, all the heavy duty work, And maybe if they're nice enough, they'll grant you a seat at the table at the cookout, which, by the way, they've already let in every Anglo, every Hispanic to the damn cookout. After they're done letting in all their favorite people, then they'll let the biracial in. It's so pathetic and disgusting to see it at this point. How people still think that this is like a plausible something that should be respected. Shout out to you, Cyrus Rivas Friday. Yeah. The white mom versus black mom biracial debate is just an extension of the communitas gender war. It's all it is, gender war bullshit from blacks. Yep. They're competing with each other on who dates out their better race. Exactly. It's black males because the blacks will try to push the shit on it. The black males will push the shit on us, say that, well, the black uh, dad biracials, they're better. And of course, you have the opposite of that. You have the black female will say the black mom biracials are better. They can fit in with the blacks more. Like they're just pushing their gender war on us. Any biracial who comes over here and pushes that shit, they get excommunicated. I had a couple, not ladies, not women, dude, but it's males. There's not even a couple. Let me be real. I'm not going to name any names because I can easily torch all these punk ass fucking marks. There's at least four biracial mulatto men who either private message me or publicly let it be known that they were on that type of time, that they were on that, they're better because they got a black mom, and then I'm different, I'm weird because I got a white mom. These are males, mulatto males with black mamas, four of them who push that shit to me on my social media and message me some shit. And I had to block them. I had to get them up out of here. This ain't the spot for them. It's funny because I look at these guys, where are they at? Where are their channels at? They got graveyard fucking channels. They have no content, no engagement. Nobody messes with them. Maybe they're doing some other gay shit behind the scenes on, I don't know, but like as far as publicly, the mulatto collective, they have no respect. And I got the receipts. So if they want to be public with their mulatto shit, well, I got you on record pushing this whole division between white mom, black mom. You don't got none of that with me on record. As much as people want to try to frame it that way, right? Yeah, but it's like I was saying, for me, it's been four dudes, four mulatto males who have tried to push that divide. It has never been a female that I've seen on YouTube or anywhere else. It's never been the females. It's been four dudes I can name who tried pushing that crap with me, and I don't have time for it. Just block them, get them up out of here. They're away. If they want to suck off blacks, they can go do that. They can go kiss their black mama's ass over there. I'm not playing that game with them. If you have a black parent and a white parent or two mulatto parents, you're mulatto. That's it. This has nothing to do with your mama and your daddy and how you were raised. How do you identify now? What is your goals moving forward in the future? That's where we're at. I think I got. Okay, shout out to, I just got a Cash App. I want to shout you out before I forget. Someone shot me a Cash App the last stream I did, or a couple streams ago, and I didn't get to shout you out. I apologize for that. But I just saw somebody double A just hit me up with that Cash App. So I appreciate the support, you guys. A lot of love for you guys. Appreciate that support. Yeah, let me continue on. We have biracials trying to get the approval of people that don't even follow their own rules. Yeah, I know. They date out, marry out, committing blasphemy, but they want to set up all these rules for you. You can only be with black, like Dr. Umar is trying to say, right? You got to be with a black person. No thanks. I'm going to be with the mulatto. We have biracials trying to get approval. Yep. It's not just mixed individuals trying to fit in. Also, some whites try to sound black, I guess, and make some, Mexicans too, right? El Mulatones in the house, mulatto mindsets in the house. Hey, if someone from a family mixed or white or mulatto ethnicity on that person came out 8% white and 20% black, what are they? They're white with admixture. I don't know. They're 80% European, 20% black. They're not mulatto. I don't know. You do the math. Get back to me on that. Yeah, that's funny. You put just relaxing, keep up the great content. Said you're Puerto Rican, but you support what I do. Appreciate the support. You put, yep, they shadow ban pro mulatto content and they give all the views to cry racials, monoracial. Yeah, the cry racials get all the damn views. If they're begging and pleading with black people, then they get a lot of views. And also, if they're like pro black, like a Zaza Ali or whatever, these biracials are pro black, they get all the damn views. Or if they're biracials and they're straight up, I can use the word coons, like the Hodge twins, which, they're, what are they, MGM or something? Aren't they like 40% European or something? The Hodge twins, they're biracial presenting, but they're like both of their parents are mixed. So they're quintessentially mulatto. I don't know their parents like that. I'm just saying based off phenotype, what they look. You guys know more than me. But the Hodge twins, yeah, you look at them. They get all these views, all these subscribers. They were doing fitness stuff. Then they were doing like jokes or whatever the hell they're doing. I don't follow those guys. Now they're doing this like conservative grifter shit, and they're not even like articulate and eloquent. They're like country bumpkins. They're just dumb. The Hodge twins, they're fucking dumb. They're stupid, but they have an audience they can leverage, and it's just a majority white audience, and it's you got guys like that. Yeah, they get a bunch of views and shit, you know. And they don't identify as mulatto. They're like, well, we're black, we're light skinned black. Fuck out of here. That's why I don't support these fools. Yeah. Are there any plans in America where mulatto people can go escape from the discrimination? Good question. And that's not something I'm going to publicly announce. That is a good question. That's the right type of questions that we need people asking. Are there any plans? Michael with the butterfly. Start talking about me. I need another image boost. I understand that though from different reasons. Yeah. A mulatto hashtag doesn't even exist on YouTube. Yeah, she's completely shadow banned. Yeah. But we still got to do our part, right? Something's better than nothing. Because I can do nothing and complain and the situation doesn't change, or I can do something and maybe complain a little less, or just change my delivery. For me, I'm doing something. When I have international connections, I have people around the world who want to meet me, and I've met some of them. Like I'm doing something. For me, the action, it's doing something. So I'm not just complaining like on the web, but doing something is better than nothing. Even with the adversity, with the shadow banning, the censoring, and all this crap, it's still better than nothing. That's why I'm happy the lady, the mulattas, it's plural. There's a few of them who run a page called Unapologetically Biracial and Proud. They had their Facebook page banned. They created a new one. They had their TikTok deleted. They created a new one. We need voices like them. I like the ladies who run that page. I like their position, their arguments, and how energized they are to make the type of content they do and in their direction. So like that is very important. We need people like that. For me, it motivates me. I see more of you guys. It's like, okay, I have to come out here and do a live stream at least once a week and put this material out here. Said Kanye lived in China. Yeah, I didn't even know he lived in China for a minute. I didn't know. They thought you were from Malibu. They know nothing. Yeah, yeah. I'm from Anaheim, bro. From Disneyland. I'm not from Malibu, but they tried to make basically a stereotype that I'm like was a rich kid or something when I wasn't. I was the poor kid on the block because I was the half black biracial kid on the block in a neighborhood where the only black person was my barber and my mailman. Everyone else was like, Asian and white, pretty much, where I grew up at. Yep, they report all of our stuff. Yeah, they report all of our stuff. Yeah. Yeah, Tariq Nasheed, because he is using, like Kendrick Lamar is a proxy for dark skinned Bantus. And Tariq Nasheed is pro dark skinned male. Remember, Tariq Nasheed is the same as Kendrick Lamar. They both have mulatto partners that they have kids with, right? So they both represent like their dark skinned male supremacy, and they want the biracial light skinned male to be their subordinate. My biggest issue is too many light skinned and biracial males find that arrangement acceptable. to fit in with that group instead of just being their own men doing their own shit, networking. But yeah, Tariq Nasheed, he's the same as of course he's gonna take the opinion and the position inside of Kendrick. They're both the same. They're pro dark skinned male with their mulatto partner. I use Spanish hashtags to relate to mulatto, mulates, mulattaj. I can't even pronounce it. My Spanish is not good. Mestizo literally means mongrel in Spanish. Yeah, it's mixed. Mongrel just means mixed, but it's more of like an offensive term for mixed. And that's what they're trying to say for mulatto. It's an offensive term for biracial. Biracial doesn't mean shit. Hoppas are biracial. Blasians are biracial. Okay, you're gonna have blacks who are black and fucking something else. They're gonna say they're biracial. Yeah, you are, but you're not mulatto. Like mulatto is specific. You're European African. It might have been bad 100 years ago, not anymore. We're taking it back. That's my whole mission. I've been pretty good at it. I see all these channels popping up. El Mulatto, Mulatto Mindset, all these we're done. We're done with this whole mulatto is offensive. I don't care. It's our word, it's not yours. And if you are mulatto and you want to hop your ass up here and debate me on it, I will gladly take the challenge and decimate you. Any mulatto who doesn't like the word mulatto. I lived in West Hollywood and went to Hollywood. Yeah, West Hollywood's like the gay part of town, right? In Los Angeles or Hollywood area. Uh, does pop for English audience. I know his videos about the whole biracial white mom, black moms are getting rounds. Yeah, on YouTube and TikTok also. The drunk lady on a plane has one of the worst annoying voices. I had her soundbite, but I lost it, or I deleted it from my page. That's funny. Golden Grams and Colty always up to yeah. They're losers. It's pretty pathetic how far they've fallen. In the victimhood thing, it's like they're so angry and bitter, but they pretend to be victims. They get no shine and love over here. That shit is so 2022. It's just pathetic. They still want to push the gender war. It's pathetic. Appreciate you. I appreciate that love. The like button. Yeah, I don't know Rick Ross's whole story. He's got baby mamas all over the place. I don't know. 40 plus people watching, only 17, 16 likes. Yeah, because I got a lot of hate watchers, but also I got to be diligent and remind people to hit the like button. But I do got a lot of haters watching. That's for sure. It's crazy how that works. They're like watching my moves. What he's gonna say? They're hoping I say something. They can spin it and twist it and like use it against me. But these are all like inferior channels and subpar influencers. They have no influence. They don't have an audience. No one listens to them. No one cares. It's like they spend their time trying to frame me as a bad person, talking shit about me. But it's like at the end of the day, you can like your own posts because a lot of these people they stack their own posts with likes. They have like 50 sock puppet accounts. They like their own damn post to try to give the illusion to the audience that people agree with what they're saying. It's pretty pathetic. It's pretty sad that these people they still try this crap. Yeah, they're saying she's an Indian woman, and they're gonna get mad when Indian women, because Tyla can go to India and play a show in Mumbai or New Delhi, wherever. She has a lot of Indian fans now because she's an international star. She's in Brazil, she did America tour and all that. So, and then Tyla goes to India, fills up an entire stadium with Indian people. You know the Banties are gonna be mad. Come back, Tyla. Oh, she's one of like, dude. They stay trying to humble you. It's the same thing they're doing with Drake. See, guys, this is at the macrocosm level. What they've done with Drake, what they've done with Tyler, this is at the macrocosm level. We're talking about what the AAs will do to mixed people who are proud to be mixed, right? And who are winning. Again, I'm not saying all, but it's a trend you have to observe. And then once you succeed, you're successful, you realize you don't need them and their support. I got people who will support me. All my supporters are mulattoes, and I'm very proud of that. That my core audience, the people that I speak for and speak to and advocate for and give a voice to, these are my supporters. These are donors. These are my sponsors. Like, I'm proud of that. That I've been able to build an audience of dedicated of mulattoes who like being mulatto and they support other mulattoes. Like, this is what I've envisioned from day one. And the goal would be to grow this, of course. And like that's what I'm saying. Like they're gonna hate that about you because they want you underneath their wing and their influence. So when they see a Tyla, they want to be able. They don't want her to be to say she's proudly colored. I said they want to tell her, "You're not black. You're mixed. You're colored in South Africa. You're not black like us." But once she tells them she's colored, she's not black, they're offended by it. It's very insulting how they want to have power over you. They're offended by her being proud to be mixed. But see, like you said here, the Indian women, they're already doing TikToks. I see it on TikTok. Indian women are doing like Tyla TikToks, and like it's gonna grow big. They have over 1 billion people in India. And remember, Tyla's from Africa. The black people, even Bantus and Zulus and dark skinned Africans, they're already gonna rock with her because they already know how racist black Americans are. So like she already has a global audience. So Tyla's good. That's why I say just forget about the African Americans. Like they're racist. They love white people. Just let them do what they want to do. I just try to get the hell away from them. If they're not paying me, there's no business. Like there's no reason to deal with them. Rick Ross ripped off the name Freeway Ricky, yeah, from the drug dealer. Yeah. Yeah, he's calling Drake a white boy. Oh, how original. Yeah. They were mad Drake did the Bobby interview saying two white women talking to each other. He claimed Drake's not like them, but want him to press with him instead of that white woman. I don't know. They said Drake is not like them, but yet they're still his biggest fans. It's really good being biracial. You have all these savages seething at the mouth trying to like punk you and shit, and like I just try to get away from them because it could be a dangerous situation, but it's just like it's crazy. Like they think so highly of you. They put you on a pedestal because they want white adjacency. They see you as being adjacent to white people, and they're envious and jealous of that, and that's where their hate comes in. So it can be dangerous if you can't contain the beast and manage them, right? He's a fraud. I never liked Rick Ross. How do you talk about selling drugs, but you were a correctional officer? Yeah, he's it's rap. Like 50 Cent and Kanye West and all these rappers, they're all frauds, you know. But see, everyone's cool with that. Like even Tupac, he's like a bisexual, like theater arts student. He went to theater arts school. He was an actor. It's all cool, no problem. Ice Cube doing children movies, right? Are we there yet? No problem. Drake does Degrassi. Oh, he's a dork. He got a white mom from Canada. He ain't from the hood. You see how they play you see that? Double standards for you, right? My whole thing is you're biracial. Why are you trying to fit in with them, man? There's enough biracial people out here. Connect with them, man. Biracials are cool as fuck. We can do it all. We can rap, we can play the guitar, the drums, we can sing, we can dance. Musically, we can do everything. We have comedians, entertainers, the best actors are biracial. Like, I don't know, we have everything. Biracials are dope as fuck. I just don't understand why you guys don't try to connect with other biracials. You still pretend that you're a part of their black group when they let you know every day you're not. Like, just make it easier for the rest of us, okay? Instead of pushing against us, like this momentum, this movement, if you want to call it, like it's not going anywhere. It's not going to subside. It's only expanding and growing. Might as well get on board and watch it grow. I'm pushing this movement. The hard thing is trying to wake up other mulatto people. Where I'm at in USA, it's extremely bad for mulattoes. Yeah, there's a lot of bad spots for mulattoes in America. I'm not gonna lie. We're outnumbered in a lot of cases. And you see, even where I'm from, California, You'll see the Anglos and the Mestizos, Chicanos, and the Bantus. They'll work together against us in the work environment. Even in Vegas, I saw that. So it can be difficult even on the West Coast. There is no real perfect environment that I found as of yet. But we still have to survive and network and continue to push forward and persevere. It's not going to be perfect. Maybe it was never meant to be, but we got to spend our life making it better for the next generation. For me, that's very noble and honorable. Is making it so my life is easier and easier every day, but the next generation, it's going to be like that much more easier. It'd be great to add Mulatto Day to calendar. The Bantus, their minions, will be throwing their iPhones. You put dark skinned passport bros can't get women, so they travel the world and pay for play from prostitutes like J Rello. Nasty. Who's J Rello? I don't know. But that's men of every group though that travel for that reason as well. Because like I said that in my other stream. White guys go to Thailand, Philippines, do the same shit. They're doing the same thing. You know, been doing it for years too. I'm no expert on the rappers, shit, street cred, yeah. That gender war crap is destroying other communities. We can't let invade ours. Exactly. Yeah. Yep. Apparently it's fine having a white mom if you're white since blacks love them so much. Yeah, it's only if you have a white mom and you're biracial, then it's an issue. I don't trust you, but yet all these blacks they work for white women and white moms. Like they're losers, man. I'm not saying all are losers. Don't take my word or don't misconstrue or twist my words. I'm just saying the ones who think like that are anti white mom biracials, they're losers. These are not blacks I want to deal with because they all work for white people, white women. They're losers, man. They want us to be under them while they want to be under another ethnic group, Anglos. Why would anyone want to work with people that mentality exactly? And you put this comment I saw in one of the group chats. Yeah, exactly. That's why I was get a kick out of it. Why the hell would you want to be underneath them and try to get their acceptance when you already know they will proudly acquiesce to Anglos. They want to be underneath Anglos. They love white supremacy. They just hate their position underneath it because everyone else is put above them. And that's what they hate, their main grievance with white people because they love white people, right? They want to be underneath them, but they want us. Like, who the hell, what mulatto man with pride is going to be signing up for that? Only a cuck, basically. A cuck the Bantus. That's what I'm going to call these biracials trying to act black. Yeah. Cool, guys. I checked out all your comments. I think I'm going to head out of here now. We're already an hour, 30 minutes into this. I don't know who Jay Rello is. He's just such a clown. He crashed out in Bangkok, Cartagena, Colombia, now Kenya. He crashed out again in Kenya twice. I think that's a guy you covered. He's a passport bro. Is that his name? His screen name, Jay Rello? I don't know. How can you crash out abroad? A foreign country, but he's bringing that ghetto Bantu mentality. And I seen it when I traveled. I seen them try to pull that crap like they're in the yeah. Yeah. You put the Hodge twins really tried to join the whites only town in Arkansas just to get told no. Oh, they tried. That's what it was. The white only town in Arkansas. The Hodge twins tried to go there. Yeah, those guys are ridiculous, man. I'm surprised. Yeah, they got an audience. People listen to them. Like for what? Political commentary? Like they're not even articulate. They sound like illiterate country bumpkins, man. They're kind of basically just like mascots. They're mongrel mascots for the right, for the whites. They're like two juiced out, steroid buff twins and shit. And like it's just I don't know, they're clowns. They're not funny, they're not entertaining. I can't learn anything from them. They're just goofy, but they have an audience, just stupid, dumb white people who listen to them, who guess right leaning, who want to crack jokes at blacks or something. That's what the feeling I get from it, from the Hodge twins. This is nothing serious or informative you're going to get. Listen to them. I mean, please tell me, guys, if I'm wrong. Yeah, we definitely need our place of our own. Yeah, we got to start somewhere. And this Bantu saw me going out and went to stood by the store watching me. I was thinking, yeah, yeah, these Bantus, yeah, they can try to test you. Twins married such average looking Mexican women. Yeah, black people always talk about the white man, aka Anglo-Saxon, but Anglo-Saxon was calling everyone the N-word back in the day. Well, even today, there's white guys who've called other whites the N-word. I've seen that as a kid. When a white guy, because that's like the most offensive word you can say in the English language. So I've seen other white kids when I was a kid call other like white people or something or Mexican people. Even in high school, I talked about this on this channel before. It was a white guy and a Mexican guy. I was in high school. They were getting in a fight, fist fight, high school. And the white guy, he's kind of mentally kind of something was going on, but he called the Mexican guy the N word. So like they'll call anybody that when they're really mad and they're like blood boiling, ready to throw fists. So I've seen this multiple times as a kid and stuff. So or a teenager, whatever. But yeah, that's just because it's an offensive word they can use. It's crazy how Bantus only dated a race of women, light skinned women, mulattoes, brown skin women. They never date their own dark skin. Nah, I don't. I think most Bantus date Bantu women. Most Bantus date Bantu women. I don't give a damn who Bantus date. I don't care who what any man dates. That's his business. Two consenting adults. It's not my business who's fucking who. Okay, I don't care. The issue I have is you'll have Bantu males who are dark skinned. They'll talk all this ish about light skinned men and mixed men, but yet you look at their partner, they're with a light skinned or mixed female. That's an issue. I got to call them out. And it shows their own hypocrisy, their own insecurity, and it's just it's very tasteless. Yeah, Tariq and Sheed reminds you of Papa Doc from Haiti, pro black but married mulattoes. Yeah, yeah, you already know what's up. Professor Griff is like that. They spread these mulatto conspiracy theories, but they marry mulattoes because they're competing with mulatto men. So they want to take the mulatto woman. That's like a prize to them. If you can take the other man's like female counterpart, that to them it's like they're trying to conquer you. That's what I keep telling mulattoes. Like when you have these dark skinned Bantus who talk shit about biracial men, light skinned men, but then you look at their partner's mixed. It's because they're trying to conquer the males. And they've been doing this with whites for years. But to be honest with you, it's payback from what the whites were doing to them for years in the Caribbean, in Brazil, in West Africa. The whites have been doing this to blacks for years, trying to conquer blacks, mating with their women, right? That's what now it's kind of a 360. Now it's or 180, whatever. It's turning around now. Yeah, blacks been doing this to them, but they're doing it to us now. They're doing it to mulattoes, and that's where we got to kind of step in and correct things and do our part. I need people to stop saying mulatto women are Bantu's preference. It's so embarrassing. Yeah, shout out to you guys for your comments, engagement in the chat. I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna head out of here now. It's getting late where I'm at, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys real soon. Make sure you guys hit the like button, and hey, shout out to you, Val. I appreciate you being here as always. You put black women look to white women for beauty tips and lifestyle. They absolutely look up to white. Yeah, for sure. With all the wigs, it's very obvious, huh? They wear all the white women hair, the wigs and shit. Yep. This is pretty funny. You put here, roids fried their brains. You talking about the Hodge twins, right? Yeah. Yeah, those guys are buffoons, man. All those roids and their audience is stupid. Like you got to be dumb to like subscribe to them, listen to them. They're idiots. So the people over here who have subscribed over here identifies not all, but majority. That's my goal. Identifies mulatto and are proud of their European and African heritage. We're trying to find the balance between that. And we're commentating on the news, the daily news. We see people talk about us. We're here. We have a voice. We're giving you our response. So with that, appreciate you guys. Love you guys. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.